We are recording video as well. All right, Brian. Here goes. Oh, rub my eyes. Still kind of tired for some reason. All right, here we go. Here comes show, everybody. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
I want to tell all y'all Happy New Year, all of you, all you young girls and all you old women, all everybody, the men, the guys, whoever. Happy New Year, because I'm going to be sitting here watching TV. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I had a frozen fish I had to deliver for a friend of mine.
A fish?
This is the morning stream where Scott and Brian never invite me to do anything.
Oh, that's not true. Scott Fletcher's invited to do everything with us. Yeah, there's no limit.
Standing invitation or a sitting invitation, whatever he'd prefer.
Yeah, you can sit, you can stand,
Sure.
you can lay down, do whatever you want. Hey, everybody, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
It's
High water.
January 7th of the 2020, and it's me and Brian. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Johnson. That's Brian Johnson, everybody.
From ACDC.
From ACDC. You heard he was deaf, but he can hear enough to be on this morning show, and it's good to have him here. Isn't that true, actually, that he's deaf or something? Something like that?
I thought Brian Johnson passed away. Am I thinking of somebody else?
I think you're thinking of one of the brothers, because one of the brothers did, not Malcolm, but the other one.
Right, that's right. It wasn't Angus. It
Or Malcolm then. It was Malcolm.
Yeah, it was Malcolm, yeah.
Angus lived.
Or Bon Scott.
Yeah, well, he died a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who was the singer originally? Who was that guy? Was that Bon Scott?
Brian Johnson was...
Because Brian Johnson's he's the one that sings.
Oh, no, third lead singer. Bon Scott was the second lead singer, and first lead singer was
Yeah. This is good trivia.
Looking, scanning.
Okay.
Scanning.
Beep, 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 beep. And
I'm not finding
nothing. Oh, all right.
I'm not finding it now.
All right. Well, there was some talk that Brian Johnson, the current singer, who's still alive, was suffering from hearing
Dave
loss.
Evans is what the chat rooms is saying.
Dave Evans?
Dave Evans.
That sounds
not
like
Dale Evans.
But
Don't get confused.
Yeah, I don't want to mess that up. But Dave Evans sounds like a guy up the street that wants to sell you life insurance, doesn't it? Dave Evans.
Dave Evans.
Yeah.
Call Dave Evans and see if he can save you money.
Honey, welcome home from
They were
work.
going in different directions. Evans was having personal clashes with the band and management. And so they said, let's bring in Bon Scott, 1974.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever heard the Dave Evans, any of those songs.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, but Bon Scott, yeah, I remember him. And then he choked to death or something in a car. Remember, that was like a legendary deal. And then
Yes.
everybody was stressed that Brian Johnson was going to ruin the band, but then he came in and kind of set the new sound for the future of that band. And then I'm going to say this is one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. And I'm just going to say their most recent album, which you can get streaming on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon or wherever, is very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's what you expect, Brian. It's like, it's AC/DC in the vein of like Back in Black, right? Like that's the sound, but it's good.
I want to say that I think Apple Music snuck it into one of my recommended, based on things that I've liked. It stuck it into one of my recommended things. Now, are you talking about Rock or Bust? Came out in 2014. That looks like
that might be the most recent.
Yeah.
I think so. It was before Malcolm started feeling bad, and it was before, and I think it was before Brian Johnson went deaf, or whatever happened. Those dudes aren't getting any younger. They're all in their 70s now or whatever they are. But it was very good. And there's the one from 2008. Don't remember the name of that album, but I remember that being really good. No one pays any attention now, right? Because it's they just think it's old guys on stage doing a thing, but it's very good. They
It is still old guys on stage doing a thing, though. Let's be clear. It's 100%. Black Ice is the one from 2000.
Yeah, Black Ice is good. It's very good.
And actually, looking at the album cover, that's the one that they keep pulling songs from for my recommended list.
Yeah, you should check. You should
check out
give
the
it
new
a
one.
listen and
Yeah.
just see if
The
I'm
newer one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you may disagree. I don't know. Like I said,
No.
a lot of it is like, oh yeah, this is them doing the thing they did since Back in Black. Like it's the same.
Well, listen. I mean, is there a "You Shook Me All Night Long" rocker on there? Is there some arena style?
A little bit. Yeah. There's
Yeah? All right.
there isn't a what's the one that my kids had for their school because they had Thor as their mascot.
Thunderstruck.
Oh, Thunderstruck. They don't. Nothing quite reaches the level of Thunderstruck where everyone can like pound on the bleachers while it's going and stuff. But it's it's such a good song.
That's great.
So good. Anyway,
There
hey,
you go. There is your AC/DC update for 2020.
now if I seem a little bit hypered up, there's a reason. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
not.
right.
It's not caffeine. It's not. It's not
High on life, Scott.
High on life, yeah, a little bit, maybe. Hard to say. But
Okay.
the reason I think it is because I am smooth as a baby's bottom. Now, hold on
Oh,
before you
nice.
make any judgments about what's going on here. My daughter, Carter, and I have this thing where, as young as I can remember her being, the minute she could ask me to do something stupid like, Daddy, can I paint your nails? I would let her, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I spent weeks walking around with painted nails and people looking at me like, "Oh, what's Scott doing? What hill is he going over?" And it was always because I was willing, and I didn't want to just take him right off because she'd want to see him when she'd come home from school and see that I still had the nails she did and they were all pretty still, and just a thing you do. You do it for your kids, right? You do it. Well, she's 22 now, and I'm 50, so
Right.
you'd think that would end, but occasionally, like about 6 months ago, she did my toenails just for fun. But nobody had to see those because I wore shoes most of the time, right?
Sure, of course.
Last night, she says, Dad, I want to shave one of your legs. One of your...
Just one.
Yeah, from the knee down to your ankle. I just want to shave that, like, calf zone. Can I do that? And I said, why? She goes, well, we got these Harry's shaver things, and I think it'd be funny to see that you have one hairy leg and one not hairy leg. And I said, okay, I guess we can do that. That's fine. Let's do that. So last night we covered it all in shaving cream from my knee down to my ankle, and she very carefully, no cuts or anything, shaved my leg, and now I have this perfectly smooth right leg. That's like the shin all the way around to the back of my calf. This is just a smooth, like a dolphin leg. And I've never had that before. Like my friends in high school did it when they went, they were on swim team and stuff. They do their whole bodies, I guess, because it made them slicker or less resistant in the water or whatever.
Right. Yep.
But I never did that. So for me, this is brand new since I haven't had a leg that looked like this since I was like 11. And so it's a very weird thing.
And this is something that only a daughter can do, right? I mean, I can't imagine Nick ever saying, Dad, can I... Not that you'd want to ever get your leg shaved by someone named Nick.
Right.
It seems like it's just asking for trouble.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good... I'm going to actually tell that joke later, and I'll credit you for it. But
Whatever.
no, I totally will. But it is I feel like it's a daughter thing. Like, maybe when Nick was tiny or whatever, but in this particular case, like there was a time when Taylor was in high school and I lost some bet with her about something. Or no, she was in junior high. She was younger. And I lost some bet. And the bet was if I lost it, I don't remember what the bet was, but if I lost it, I had to dye my hair bright pink.
Uh-huh.
And I did that for about a month. I think I did it. And this was pre-podcasting. Well, actually, it may have been early podcasting, but back then we weren't showing ourselves on screen anywhere. It was all audio, so nobody cared. I may have been doing
Right.
ELR
And it
then.
probably wasn't even, we weren't live streaming audio or video. Like it was, you record it, you put it out there, you wait hours, and maybe you get some feedback.
Yeah, exactly. And the best part about it was I had a regular job then, and I would go in and they would say, "Oh my gosh, what did you do to your hair?" I'm like, "Oh, I lost a bet with my 11-year-old daughter. She she made me do it. And then everyone's like, "Oh, that's cute," and nobody cared. It was fine. So now I got the same thing going here. Now it's a little, she's 22. Why she wanted to do this, I don't know. But there it is. It's this. I'm looking at it now, Brian, and I kind of can't stop touching my leg. It's like a nice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Feels like a weird. It's like strangely part of you, but a new part of you that heretofore had not been.
Yeah. It's like another person, but I'm wired into their sense of touch.
I get that because I just shaved my head today, and I love this little spot.
Yeah.
Right here on the back of my head. For whatever reason, shaving this, I get the closest shave on this part of my head, and it is like a baby's butt right here.
Brian's little baby butt on his head. I like
right
it.
Here, little baby butt.
Yeah.
And Tina does the same thing. Like she'll, as soon as I shave it, she'll be like, "Ooh."
Nice.
So, it's funny you bring that up about the hair dyeing thing because, as you know, I've got the whole dark mustache, light goatee thing going on. Like this part is all turned gray. This is salt and peppery, but it's a lot more pepper than salt in the mustache.
Sure.
And I played around with like a dark brown hair dye at one point just to see what it would look like to do that. But that feels like deceptive, right? Like I don't want this whole I'm not going to wear a wig. I'm not going to wear, colored contacts that to fool anybody. I'd get colored contacts that like freak people out. I'd get the Charles Dance colored contacts that have a happy face or a target in them or something.
The Charles Dance, nice deep cut. That's a good one.
Thank you. But I've been thinking about dyeing the goatee a really weird color.
Oh, like a wacky color.
Like a wacky color, like a blue or a bright red or something like that.
I'm totally in favor of this. I think that's great.
What do people think? Do you go with? Because I wear a lot of reds and purples and. Red's my favorite color, so I tend to kind of go towards that. Do I go with a red beard, or do I go with something that's complementary to the red? I don't think I'd go green.
I mean, it depends on, like, how bright of red do you think we're talking about? Like,
I don't think I'd go Ronald McDonald hair red.
That's pretty red.
That is really red. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, count my ballot as a vote for yes.
Sure.
I think that'd be cool. Secondly, this idea of like if your wife got her hair colored, you wouldn't go, honey, that's deceptive, right? You wouldn't.
Oh God, no, not at all. Not in the slightest.
Right, but isn't it funny? Because I feel this too on the man side. Mm-hmm. We feel weird when we do something like that. Like if we get our hair dyed or we get a beard dyed or something like that, and it's just, well, I want it to match my mustache more, or whatever our reasons are, even if it's just we want to look younger, there's a feeling in the back of our head that we're like pulling one over, like wearing a toupee.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's just fine for women to do that, and I fully support that. But for me to do that, it does feel like Brian is afraid of aging, and there we go. So Ira Stephen Bear from Deep Space Nine, I think, or something. I know I've seen that guy. Has a really bright blue.
Oh yeah, look at that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
OMG Chad Red. I saw Alex Albisu said that if I send you a hair dye of a random color, would you do it? Like, so basically, here's what you'd have to do. You'd have to take some black tape and cover the label, except for the part with the instructions. And
because the way that stuff comes out usually isn't the same colors you're going to see when it's done, right? When it sets.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be interesting.
It looks like off-white hair gel or something before it turns your beard the right color.
Well, I did it once. I did a beard color thing once because I'm pretty gray and salt and peppery down here. Pretty gray. And but my problem is I'm so uneven. It's just like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just chaos. It's like, oh wait, hey, over here we're feeling like being brown. Like
right.
Down here we want to be all white because no reason. Just make it unbalanced. So I did it once, just back in like 2017, before I went to California for a trip, and it made me look both younger and older at the same time. It was weird. It actually made it look like I had a fuller, heavier beard, like man.
Yeah,
beard.
and see, that's the thing. Like, when it's not a matter of like wanting people to think, oh, he's younger than he really is. No, it's a matter of when you see me from a distance or on a small little screen on a stream or something, it looks like I just have a mustache. And I'm not just a mustache kind of guy. Because this is so light. Right?
Someone please submit the title. I'm not. Wait, how did you say it?
I'm not just a mustache kind of guy.
Yeah, you got to put that in. That's title material. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm with you. Like, so what if I'm just saying we should break through some of these social mores. Like, who cares? Like, you should, you know what you should do? You should do whatever you want to your freaking hair.
I agree. I totally agree.
And damned be those that say anything about it. And it's not just the domain of the young to make something red on your face.
Right, exactly.
So just do it. I think it's fun.
Yeah. So the TVZ God suggests that have Alex send the mystery color to Tina and then have her do it for me. So I don't even see, like, basically she would get the bottle, she'd see the color, she'd see the instructions, she'd apply it to my beard, and then I wouldn't see it until it's basically done.
Well, you're gamifying it. I like this.
Kind of gamifying it.
Yeah. As you know, everything is content.
Right, exactly. All right, I'm up for it.
All right, Alex, get on it with your vast stores of hair coloring.
I know. Reach into the pantry, the massive pantry of hair products.
Yeah, I want to see how that goes.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
And also, someone said, "Why didn't you live stream your leg shaving?" I considered it, but instead, I decided to just have this fun, dumb moment with Carter. And we laughed and had a good time, and she giggled the whole time, and she was so worried she was going to cut me, and she didn't cut me at all. And I did notice I got a weird little mole that I never knew I had under there, so that's interesting.
Did you at any point feel the urge while she was while she was shaving your leg to go, "Ow!"
I did.
Just to make her jump?
I did consider it. But she didn't. I don't know.
But the razor was awfully close to your leg at that point.
Yeah.
And
I did get some photos of the before and after. Probably not going to put that online, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, let us know how it goes with your hair thing.
Will do.
I got a message here from Jeff Sire up in Canada. Like reading his emails.
Nice, calm, mellow Jeff Sire. His emails usually relax me, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, he's very zen-like. Normally, you don't really feel any kind of animosity So I'm sure
take this in.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what one of these. This is what that is. So we're gonna go for it here. Scott and Brian, would you stop effing talking about the effing Anaheim Convention Center every time Picard gets mentioned? What the F? We effing get it. I mean, really, I'm shocked as F that a TV show filmed in Southern California might shoot locally. But on the bright side, you're constantly reminding me I've never been to effing BlizzCon and rubbing my effing nose in it. Yours in Christ, Bronco. Wow.
Yeah.
He did say, P.S. I am in the top 10 F-bomb emails, ? Or am I in that? Meaning, I think that's easily the most F-bombs we've ever gotten.
Oh, easily. And I love the fact that that he's doing another callback to us talking about F-bomb laden movies. So well done, sir.
Yeah, if I had a live beeper, I would have used it. But yes, those were real F words in there. I just, we're a PG-13 affair here.
Maybe ease up on the Tim Hortons second cup. Maybe get yourself some Timbits and some poutine and take a chill pill.
I was excited for what part of Canada we would blame this on, so I'm glad you picked
the whole part.
Yeah,
isn't the whole part Tim Hortons and poutine?
It's always the whole part. Always go for the whole part.
Yes,
all right, exactly. Now we have a debate. This is an email from Stefan. Right. Would you say Stefan or Steven? Stefan, right?
I'd say Stefan.
Okay, with an A-N.
With an A-N.
He says, what is the greatest football movie ever? He says Rudy. Who is Rudy? Or who's in Rudy? Jon Favreau. That is all, Stefan. I don't know why that should be I really like Jon Favreau's current show running work.
Yeah, his current work. I think that's why he's another reason The Mandalorian is so good, because Rudy is the best football movie of all time, and John Favreau happens to be in it.
But it's
Isn't Sean Astin Rudy though?
yeah, one? Sean Astin is Rudy. You're right, and it's a football movie, and it's okay. It's not my favorite though. Do you
Does Bull Durham, not Bull Durham, does Jerry Maguire count as a football movie?
Yes. If Die Hard counts as a Christmas movie, I think that.
Okay.
I think so. I think Jerry Maguire absolutely counts as a football
I would
movie.
say Blind Side or
I never
Jerry
saw that.
Maguire.
Should I have
You
seen
never
that?
saw Blind Side?
No,
Really?
I never saw it.
Oh, it's totally streaming right now.
I should watch that. I
Yeah,
always meant to
for
see
sure.
it. It looked good. All those awards and stuff. Didn't what's her name
You know,
win for that?
Sandra Bullock, yeah, she
Yeah.
totally did.
Yeah.
And I will admit that I have not seen Remember the Titans, but I know that's one that our chat room is throwing out there a ton.
Yeah. Remember the Titans is great. Necessary Roughness, really?
I don't think Debbie Does Dallas is a football movie.
No.
It's a ball movie, but not a football movie.
There are football players in it, and she is a cheerleader, is my understanding. But I don't think.
Oh
it
wow,
counts.
you know more about it than I do,
Yeah.
Scott Johnson.
I have some memory of this being explained to me at some point. I've never
Moviegoer
seen it.
Scott Johnson.
I've never seen it. I just think she's a cheerleader. That's what I remember being told. So wait a minute. So let me think here. Not Miracle. That's the hockey one. What's the one with Marky Mark where he's plays for Philadelphia? Invincible. That's a really good football movie.
That is a good one. Yeah, the one where they have open tryouts and
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Although I saw the movie, but the TV show for me was
Oh, way better.
better than the movie.
Yeah, way better. I agree. What was the one where Goldie Hawn was gonna be a coach or something?
Oh, did I say Invincible? Unbreakable.
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 No, it's Invincible.
No, Unbreakable is the. Benjamin is throwing me off. Unbreakable is the glass.
Yeah,
is,
it's Invincible.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
it is
chat
Invincible.
room playing trixies on you there.
Stop it, you.
Yeah, that's a good.
Benjamin.
That's a good movie,
That's
I like
two
the stuff.
strikes.
I like the stuff that's based on real stories. And by the way, that and I think one of the greatest sports movies of all time, Miracle. Those two movies are on Disney Plus because those are Disney productions, and they're both very good.
Cool.
I can't think of any other football movies.
We Are Marshall.
Oh, never saw that.
Longest Yard, of course, either version of it, Sandler or Reynolds. Remember the Titans with Radio, the Water Boy.
Yeah, the Water Boy.
Rudy.
Goldie Hawn was Wildcats. That's right.
Wildcats.
Yeah.
What was the one with De Niro as like an obsessed? Was that one just called The Fan?
That was The Fan, but it was baseball.
That was baseball. Okay.
Yeah, it was Wesley Snipes was a famous baseball player.
Oh right. Okay.
In that movie.
Any Given Sunday. I did see that one. I liked it.
Never saw that. Yeah, I might be actually.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. That's
With
where
your
she
Vanderbeek?
yeah, with the whipped cream on the boobies. Remember that? That was the thing. She had whipped cream and.
This is why. And by the way, calling back to Sire, this is why every time Picard comes up, Scott's going to talk about the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yeah, see, this is the thing I think Jeff doesn't understand. It's not about that the Anaheim Convention Center has anything to do with the Picard show. It's that I can't help. It's like a weird Tourette's. If I have a thing that's weirdly connected to a thing you mention, I have to say it.
That's right.
So if Brian
You can't
says
hear-
albino, I'll say, "Oh, all white with pink eyes." I'll do it every time, or all pink with white eyes. No, it's the other way.
if
all pink
I
with white eyes.
say, what was Sports Illustrated swimsuit girl?
Paulina.
No, the weird torso one. Basically, that's the one I'm thinking of.
right.
Weird
And then I would
torso.
say,
can't
she has
think
a
of-
weird torso.
Can't think of her real name. Now I can think of as weird torso, but
Well, then my
not
job
gonna
here
name-
is done.
I'm not going to name River Phoenix's brother because I don't approve of that one. Scott.
Right,
That's
right.
what I'm-
Then the H
that's what
word
I
comes
like.
out. Then I can't help it. The H word comes out.
Yeah, there you go. Kate Upton. Yes.
Oh, Kate
That's the one
Upton,
I'm
right.
thinking of.
Kate Torso
It's
Upton.
weird torso.
So, yeah, like that's just the deal. You
Yes.
know, when someone says, "Hey, that guy's Finnish," and I'll say, "Ooh, is he transparent? Can you see his heart beating like a baby fish?"
Right. Exactly.
That's just that's it.
That's what it is, sire. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know about you Canadians, but down here, this is normal behavior.
Yes.
All right.
Sean Astin. What's your go-to? Sean Astin. I'll tell you what it is if you've forgotten.
What's my go-to for Sean Astin? Oh, I don't mean to, Mr. Frodo. I don't mean
That's
to.
the one. That's it right there.
Or it's I also occasionally will come out with the potatoes. I'll say that sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your Sam. Oh my gosh, dude. The way those two behaved in those movies. I love Lord of the Rings, right? The Peter Jackson movies are great.
Sure.
This isn't me complaining, but the Sam and Frodo interactions, the closer they got to Mordor, damn. They just were obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't mean to, Mr. Frodo. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Quit looking at each other's eyes so longingly going, Sam. Oh, my gosh.
I will remember you.
I mean, you may as well, right?
Right.
It's dumb. Anyway.
All right. Well, very good. We've covered everything that we need to cover in the top of the show here. Anaheim Convention Center, F-bombs, Jon Favreau, blue hair dye or whatever color might end up in my face, and Nair.
Yep. Oh, Nair. Did we talk about Nair?
We didn't talk about Nair, but hair removal in general.
Now, what if you...
What?
Hold on. Let me think about this.
Okay. Right.
Are you thinking about the beard, just the beard, the color, or the mustache too?
Nope. Okay. Mustache would stay what it is.
Okay.
I would just
beard
do
only.
The beard only.
All right.
Which I know sounds weird, but maybe after doing Alex says, "Oh, what?" No, I mean maybe I'm thinking the beard only because I think that's. I don't know. I don't think that's been done. First of all, I'm sure somebody's done it, but
I'm sure it's white. I'm sure it's a thing, but yeah, or I'm trying to picture it.
Definitely not doing the eyebrows, Free Rangers. But yeah, no, that's the thing is that I think the beard. Number one, the beard is white. The beard will hold color far better than the mustache would.
Good point. I think that's true. Would you consider this? Here, I'm putting it in.
Consider this.
Would you consider this?
Would I consider that?
Yeah.
The hot pink, the fuchsia.
Yeah.
Beard only. I'd do it if that's the one that, if that's what got sent to me.
I'm trying to find examples of beard only. I can't find too many of them. You might be unique in this way. Oh my gosh, my doctor.
Oh yeah.
Doctor's office.
What do you do? How do you Google that? Do you Google dye beard only?
Dyed beard only. Let's just see if we can find anything. Yeah, most of them just come back as
brown.
Well, that or dyed everything. None of them are just the beard. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Cool.
Maybe you would start a new trend and it would be a hot new thing.
Trailblazer.
Yep, you would blaze a trail of tears and hair.
Right. Yeah, and I'll do it before. I'll do whatever color before Vegas too, because whatever. I mean, Vegas is like, if you don't have some weird thing going on, then you feel out of place. I've got to do my tattoo well before Vegas because if I want to get in a pool or something in Vegas, then I can't have a tattoo or I can't have a fresh tattoo.
Oh,
it has to be a tattoo for.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Is that for what's the reasons? Just gets agitated?
You just can't right. It's not good for the tattoo to immediately get in a hot tub or a swimming pool or anything like that. It'll be, it's late March. There might be stuff might be open.
Maybe I'll dye my hair some crazy color before Vegas. Maybe I'll do like
cool
yellow or something.
Perfect.
And then show up in Vegas with just shock yellow hair. And you'll have a red beard, and together we'll be weird men.
Weird hair and yellow beard.
Yep.
Or pink beard and yellow hair. The new buddy cop drama from ABC.
Catch it this fall. All right. On that note, time for the news, brought to you by
Soundography. It's finally back, as in Baby Got Back, as in Sir Mix-a-Lot's entire library has been reviewed on the latest Double Up episode. Go check it out at soundography.com, spelled just like it sounds, soundography.com.
Also, pools and hot tubs are just full of human grossness, right? Isn't that the other reason you get like an infection or something?
They've got a filter and stuff, but chances are, I mean,
that's why you tell you not to go in there with a tattoo, partly, right? It has to be.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah. Good point. All right.
There you go.
Here's the news. A man having his home built on Florida Island dressed up as a sheriff to intimidate the contractor. Good job, Florida man.
Yeah.
This according to authorities. He dressed up in a sheriff's costume, drove to a contractor's house in Florida, and tried to intimidate him. Todd Giger, age 51, of New Jersey, is accused of driving his Maserati with New Jersey tags to the victim's home to play sheriff.
Does his Maserati go 185?
It does.
I hear he lost his license and now he can't drive.
Man, I used to love that song. I used to love that. I still love it, but I love a song that goes on for 9 hours. I just love a long song. Yeah. So weird. They don't do those anymore. Nobody makes those anymore. Somebody should...
Dream Theater still makes 9-minute songs.
Oh.
Every freaking song is 9 minutes.
I'm sure Hammond would remind me if he's listening.
Yes.
Anyway, authorities arrested Giger on Wednesday after being alerted in November to the incident. He was in a dispute with a contractor over a lien against Giger's home. Maybe it's Geiger, I don't know.
Might be Geiger.
It's under construction in Sarasota, Florida, due to lack of payment, according to the sheriff's office. Giger wore a black bulletproof vest and law enforcement style badge while claiming to be the sheriff, according to the report. Through continued investigation, detectives determined Giger called multiple other subcontractors involved in the lien, as well as the construction company, while claiming to be a member of law enforcement. His home is being built near the water along the Benjamin Franklin Drive on St. Armand's Key, an island in Sarasota Bay. It's probably nice. It's probably fancy. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he was charged with 2 counts of false impersonation, and law enforcement was released on $3,000 bond. Look, here's the deal. Rich people are weird, and they think they can do stuff they're not supposed to. That's my takeaway on this. You're not allowed to do any of that, but you did it anyway because you thought you were better than other people and you could get away with it because you got money.
Exactly, because you're Maserati.
Yeah.
Maserati.
Yeah. F you and your New Jersey plated Maserati. Lori Laughlin, you know her as current, well, she'll soon be an inmate at wherever she's going. Right. She's in trouble for that college scandal deal. She was in one of the Christmas movies my wife watched during her lead up to Christmas had Lori Laughlin in it, so it was kind of fun to watch her being all smiley.
Oh, I remember you talking about that. Yeah, right. Like before the gavel hit the hit the wood.
Yep. And the best part of that was I don't have the audio anymore. I chucked it, but it was her character in there was trying to help get her niece or a neighbor kid or whatever it was into college because she knew somebody. Like, it was basically just telling the story of the real life thing she got caught doing. But anyway, she did this, Brian. This is another thing people with money do, because why wouldn't they? Lori Laughlin hired a prison expert to help her learn the ropes if she ends up serving time. So, prison expert and Lori Laughlin spending time together.
Like a prison trainer or prison coach.
Right. Here's how to make a shiv out of a toothbrush. Here's how to...
Here's how you make prison casserole. Use... I'm totally sure it's like, stuff you pick up on Orange is the New Black.
Totally, man. She's like...
prison whiskey.
It says here she's preparing for every possible outcome in her upcoming trial for the high-profile college admissions scandal, including learning what life will be like if she ends up serving time behind bars. She is someone who's advising her what to do in case she loses her case and goes to prison, a source close to the Fuller House actress tells People. The advisor is there to help her learn the ropes. That's not to be construed as she thinks she's going to lose her case. Lori is a planner, and she's doing what she needs to do with all the contingencies. Ugh, it just irritates me.
She's a planner. She's like, she likes to
I have my nail appointment at 3.
Prepare for these things.
Yeah, I have my hair at 4. I'm going to go with the ladies to play golf at 5. And I go to prison the next day at 7. Like, planner. Give me a break. Anyway, nice. Laughlin, age 55, faces up to 45 years in prison. 45 years?
Wow.
Holy shite.
That seems like a lot for that, right?
That seems excessive, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
I mean, I've been all about these people facing justice for a crappy thing, but 45 years.
Like, Felicity Huffman gets 4 months or so, 3 months, and Lori Laughlin is getting 45 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously that that'll get pared down no matter what. Like that, there's no way she serves a full 45 by any stretch. But that potential number that's insane. Anyway, according to the complaint against them, Laughlin and her fashion designer husband Massimo Giannanulli allegedly paid $500,000 to admissions consultant Rick Singer and his non-profit organization Key Worldwide Foundation to falsely designate daughter Olivia Jade Giannulli, age 20, and Isabella Rose Giannulli, age 21, as recruits to the University of Southern California crew team, although they had neither participated in the sport. Authorities allege the family even took photos of the girls on rowing equipment to perpetuate the ruse. I did not know about that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Girls, really don't forget, I'm a planner. This Saturday at 2, we need to be together for those photos that we're doing on the fake thing.
Pose on this rowing equipment. Hold on, let me get the spray bottle, spray some sweat. Okay, good. Look like you're exhausted. All right, good.
I told you to dress as if you were the part. You need to go change. Like, I could just see this whole thing. Exactly. The whole thing grosses me out, man. I hate when people. I hate the like sneaky shit people with money do. I don't like it.
Yes, right.
You got the money. You don't need to do it. Like, maybe raise your girls to get into these schools because they're qualified in some way. Maybe that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know, do it the right way.
Yeah, the right way is the best way. All right, I guess that starts soon, her case. We don't know. I don't know what the deal is there. And
I don't know either. I thought they'd done all these, but I guess not. I guess they took care of Felicity Huffman first, and now they're moving on to Lori Loughlin.
Yeah, I noticed we haven't heard much of anything from Felicity's husband,
Macy.
William H. Macy. He hasn't said anything about nothing, right? Probably to some lawyer's advice. Probably just like
probably like you're already on thin ice with that whole Shameless show. Maybe don't. Yeah.
Maybe
don't remind people that you're connected to Felicity Huffman.
Yeah. Maybe things are. Maybe, and then the talk was that he had no idea that it was going on. Like she was just taking care of it. And I got to thinking about that. There are a lot of things Kim does that I just don't deal with. I'm not saying she's doing illegal things, but I mean like, stuff happens around this household and with Frog Pants as a business that Kim just takes care of. And I don't have to think about it. And so I wonder if it was one of those deals where he's just too busy working on Shameless and, hoping Fargo calls him back or something to notice that his wife was doing this or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny because for a while you saw them, and maybe you still do, but I don't think I've seen photos of them together at award things and stuff like that in a while. But there was a time there where you saw the two of them always together on celebrity sites or on red carpets and things like that.
Sure.
And now
not so much.
Not so much. And I don't think it's because he's trying to distance himself publicly from her. I don't think that's it at all. They always seem like the kind of couple that'd be really supportive, but it probably is hey, you're off working on this thing, I'm over here working on this thing. We'll see each other on Friday and go out for tacos.
There you go. And by the way, those two, that Olivia Jade and Isabella Rose girls, the two Loughlin girls, they're both like semi big time YouTube people because of their fame, I guess. Really?
Okay.
So maybe they'll just do that. Have them just do that.
Have them go the Logan Paul route.
Yeah, just stick to what you're good at, and stay over there.
That's right.
Just do that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Perfect.
And then Jeannie's right. That's not fame they earned by any other way except being part of a famous family. And
correct. Yeah,
I'm just saying, go ahead and just capitalize on it, and quit trying to go to college. Or go to college, but do it for real. Like pay for it, or get into a college because they want you there. I hate this stuff. I feel like
I'm with you.
Feels like this is what took Rome down. We got to dial it back.
The fall of Rome. It was when Julius Caesar posted those pictures of Olivia Jade Caesar.
Yep. Tried
chiseling. Look, make it look like you're chiseling that V into that column right there. We're gonna get you that writing scholarship.
Oh, I love that idea. All right, here's a fun story. Fun from I don't know whose perspective, but anyway, a man choked his girlfriend after she claimed his fart smelled horrible. I'm going to say this is an overreaction on his part.
Just maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe even on hers too. I mean, horrible.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. This is a Texas story. Someone in Wichita Falls, Texas, a man was arrested Sunday for choking and headbutting. They keep that out of the headline.
Yeah.
His girlfriend after she stated that his fart smelled horrible, according to police. Christopher Ragsdale is charged with assault, family violence, choking. His bond has not been set. On Sunday, just before 2 p.m., police were called to the 3500 block of Cranbrook Lane for a disturbance. When officers arrived, the victim said they were at a friend's house sitting on the couch. The victim told police that Ragsdale farted, and she told him it smelled horrible. I mean, this happens to me at home all the time. I don't know what the problem is, but whatever.
Yeah.
Ragsdale
was like, "Oh, nice one, Brian. That's great. Now I don't need to use any Febreze for a while."
Yeah, it's like, whoo, who opened up a can of Campbell's mixed soup?
Right. Did one of us have pumpkin spice?
Yeah, and then you move on with your life. No, there's no arrest. There's no disturbances.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, Ragsdale grabbed her by the hair, threw her on the ground. This is gnarly, according to police. Officers said that Ragsdale then sat on her back, wrapped his arm around her neck, and choked her.
Jeez.
Yeah, overreaction there, pal.
I'm going to say that maybe there was something else going on.
These stories,
I don't think Ken and Kitty just broke a glass in this case. I think it was a little more beyond the your fart smells. Oh, yeah, I'll show you fart smells.
Guys, later in the show, after the song, listen for a callback to Kitty. We got a little, what Brian just brought up is going to come up again. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
You don't know about this yet, but I got a little.
No, does Justin Robert Young have some details on?
No, it's none of that.
Josie and the story of Ken and Kitty.
None of that. It'll just be a nice throwback. That's all.
Oh, okay, good. All right, love it.
Let's see. The girlfriend then called for her friend and told Christopher to get out of there out before going to get her keys. The victim went to the other room. Christopher then yelled at her and headbutted her, according to police.
Oh.
Yeah,
jeez. All right,
this guy went from 0 to 60 in like no time. That guy
really did, and I think there's, this is more than a fart. This guy needs to be locked up with someone who really appreciates his smells.
This is more than a fart.
It's more than a fart.
There's got to be more to it than that one fart.
There's more than just a fart here. This guy's
like trouble. Right. Logic would dictate. There's more to it than a single nasty fart.
Put him in. You know what? Put him in a cell with Lori Loughlin, and probably reduce her sentence down to 6 months.
Boom.
With Fart Man.
Problem solved.
With hyper anger Fart Man.
Yeah, hyper anger Fart Man. Mm-hmm. All right, final story. This is one of my favorites of the week because it has to do with a local, and also because I had done a similar thing with a Twinkie.
You did.
A Utah man. I should go to the news and show him my Twinkie. I don't know why I haven't done this because this guy did it for hamburger.
All right.
A Utah man unveiled a 20-year-old McDonald's hamburger. David Whipple. I might actually know this person.
Perfect name. Everybody should know a David Whipple.
I think I know a Dave Whipple.
Whipple.
Anyway, he's the owner of what he calls, quote, the world's oldest hamburger. 20-year-old McDonald's hamburger, which will be of drinking age this July. Shoot, we're going in March. We can take him to Vegas. Anyway, what makes the burger remarkable is it looks like it's only a day or two old. They actually have video of this. The tale of David's zombie burger began at McDonald's restaurant in Logan, Utah. That's up north. The USU University or Utah State University, go Aggies. Anyway, was taken up there on July 7th, 1999. Man, I got the worst case of mono at that university. Do you want to hear this story real quick? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how have we not heard this? The kissing disease, Scott.
Yeah. So I went. Okay. So in high school, I guess it was senior year, we had a 2-week camp, art camp that we took up at the university. And at USU, they were famous for their illustration and art department. They were big, and they were like graduating like some serious talented people. They were very good. And so our art class went up there, and we stayed there for 2 weeks in the dorms. Went to classes, did critiques, had projects, all that stuff. And while we were up there, as kids are wont to do. People would meet people or whatever. And I met this girl from a different school because there were multiple schools up there. It wasn't just us. And I met this girl from some other school, and she was super into me for I don't know why, because I was a skinny dweeb. I don't know what the deal was, but she really liked me. And so after a couple of days into that thing, that girl just wanted to make out all the time. So we made out all the time. And about day 5 or 6, she's not in class. And I'm like, where is she? Oh, she's in their dorm sick. She's super sick. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Oh, no.
That's great to hear because we were just freaking making out last night.
Yeah.
Next day, I'm sick as a dog and ended up having just like the worst, like long drawn out, horrible mono case of my youth.
Wow.
For the whole rest of that trip. It sucked.
Were there, just out of curiosity, how many other guys there also had mono?
I mean, I wouldn't be that shocked if there were more, but I never heard of any others.
Right. I mean, there were times that you just weren't available, Scott, and she
Right.
really liked to make out all the time.
But
and,
we did. There was this. This is. So I thought I had it bad, but there was this kid named Norman, from my school, and some girl he met from another school. Same setup, right? But those two full on did it. She got pregnant, and those two are like still married and have like 4 kids. So they got pregnant in high school at the art camp where I got mono.
So there's good stories and bad stories that come out of that. It's like a Love Boat episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you get Charo, sometimes you get Phyllis Diller.
Yeah,
you know, it's
You never know, right? You just don't know what you're gonna get.
You never know.
Anyway, that
right
was
now
a thing.
there's like 18 people furiously googling Charo and Phyllis Diller.
There are people who have no idea who you're referring to, but it's okay.
Right.
Most of us do.
Yes.
I do.
Sometimes you get Charo, sometimes you get Syphilis Diller.
There you go. Anyway, so this was, let's see. He actually hasn't. Is it a Big Mac? It doesn't say. Well, anyway. All right.
It's in a Big Mac tin. Which number one, Big Mac tin?
Yeah, Big Mac 10. It's 10?
I'm guessing that for a while McDonald's probably offered a collector's item Big Mac tin.
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that. That's weird. It's not like a local thing to say a tin when we mean something else.
Right.
Normally you'd say a Big Mac.
Oh yeah, there's a Big Mac tin. Look at that.
Is it metal?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe they had a special thing.
Tin.
Yeah.
1996. It came out, and it's basically like a tin container that you'd put. You probably wouldn't put a Big Mac in it, but you put it in or you put like cookies or something in there.
Yeah, I don't know if Zoe's in the chat room, but don't you over there say, like if you said, what'd you have? Oh, I had some meat. Where'd you get it? From the tin, is
From
what they
the tin,
say.
Yeah, right.
I like that when they say that. Anyway, this zombie burger story began at a McDonald's in Logan, July 7th, 1999. That's back when Bill Clinton was president still.
Sure.
He was basking in the glow of his impeachment at the moment, I believe, in 99.
Right. They were arguing over the definition of "is."
Yeah.
At that point, at that time.
That was so.
Oh, sorry about that big link. I was giving people.
Oh my lord! Look at that.
I know, big ass link. I was giving people a link to an eBay auction where you can buy a vintage 1996 McDonald's Big Mac tin for $10.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad. Does not come with a 20-year-old hamburger inside though.
Is it weird that I kind of want one?
It is kind of weird.
Why do I want one?
What would you do with it?
I don't even know. Oh, this is the okay. Let me see this. I just looked at your link.
Mm-hmm. How many pictures of the Big Mac tin does there need to be?
Boy, every angle.
Did you look at the inside picture?
No. Is there an inside picture? The +5?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
No, like some black stuff in the bottom of the Big Mac tin.
Yeah, that's gross.
Big Mac droppings. It's Big Mac droppings.
Wow, they must have only.
Oh, there were candies in there apparently. So the next link or the next photo is the nutrition facts, and it says serving size 9 candies, servings per container about 4. So there were.
What kind of candy
maybe
would that
Big
be?
Mac gummy bear looking things in there.
Oh, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. And this is
I'm
what,
seeing
90.
corn syrup, gelatin, fruit juice. So probably like little
96, you say? 1996?
1996.
Huh.
Yeah.
Or never mind. It's $7.50 shipping. Forget it. I'm not doing that.
That was the deal breaker right there. Is the
When your shipping is almost as much as your thing. Come on.
out of curiosity, if it said $17.50 free shipping, would you have done it?
No. No.
Okay.
Too much. If it was $9.99 free shipping, yes.
Then you would have done it.
Yeah, I would have done that. But now that I know it was candy, I'm not as interested. I kind of want like a. What I was picturing is like, the paper ones they make for McDonald's now. I pictured that, but made out of metal, which is kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. Like right.
Yeah, that would be neat.
That would be really cool. Huh.
That would be neat. Anyway, this is the famous burger. What I was gonna say? The whole thing was the whole thing is to show that show how this is bad. The food is supposed to die. It's supposed to get bad after time. Good food is supposed to degrade. Food that is over preserved is not, and that's bad. It's not good for you, anyways. People eating it. I think it's good that it's it breaks down. You don't want it to break down because your whole point of digestion is to break things down, and this does not break down. And it looks like a regular burger he may have bought. It looks a little flat, but it looks like it's pretty new. And the I think he has fries too, and those all held up. I have a Twinkie, and I want to find it. I don't know where I put it. Since I moved into this room, I don't know where I put it.
That's one big Twinkie.
But I'm going to find that Twinkie and show everybody. It's hard as a rock, completely petrified. But if you just looked at it, you'd say, oh, a fresh Twinkie. And I've had that since, like 2002 or 3. Had a long time.
Yeah. So that thing's going to be it's ready to vote. It's just waiting to get a little older to be able to drink as well. I guess it's not old enough to vote yet.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Well, it's 2002. Maybe a couple of years it'll be able to vote.
Yeah, but I know who it would vote for, so I'm not letting.
Oh shoot! Yeah, no kidding. Oh.
Yeah. Who do you think my Twinkie wants to vote for?
Don't let this hamburger vote either. This hamburger, because we know who it would vote for as well.
Don't let the hamburger or the Twinkie vote.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, those 2 votes we don't want cast. All right, that's going to be it for now. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Justin Robert Young will be here. Bill's out sick, so we're going to dive right into jury duty. We've got some questions because there's a surge happening in politics I want to find out about.
Surge.
And we've had some dropouts, and I think it's always fun to hear him try to make predictions about what's going to happen next. In fact, I think we may be able to... We're starting to see his prediction of Bernie surging come true, so we'll see how that goes.
Really? Okay.
Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute.
Feeling the burn is what's happening.
I think he's feeling the burn. Yeah, it burns when he pees. So
I don't think that's going to be the bumper sticker phrase.
Probably not. But before that, though, song, and you've got one, don't you?
I do. Rob Dalton wrote in and said, hey, I've got an indie in the middle for you. He says, gentlemen, my friend Mark Bourdonnais, formerly the drummer for the Rosewood Thieves, has a new solo single coming out on all digital platforms on January 7th. That's today. And it'd be awesome if you could play it on the show. I do have his permission for this. He sent me a link. Thanks and much congrats on another year of TMS. Signed, Rob Dalton, a.k.a. Daltonator, in the chat room and on Twitter.
We love that guy. He's great. In fact, great. You know what? Today, not just by accident, I'm wearing the CNBC shirt that he sent me. Because he works,
oh, really?
Yeah, he works in Rockefeller Center at the CNBC offices.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
wow.
Isn't that nice?
I'm playing the song, and I've got diddly squat. Thanks a lot, Rob Dalton. I was just about to compliment you on your cool AC/DC avatar. And now we're going to play a different indie in the middle. Here is... just kidding. Here's the song Strange Life. This is the brand new single from Mark Bourdonnais. That's Bordenet, like Bourdonnais, but it's French. So you say Bourdonnais.
It's very fancy. All right, we're going to play that now. We'll be back in a minute. Please stay tuned.
For some years now, I've been investigating a certain father and son, and I managed to get a hold of the first letter the boy wrote to his father.
I broke a glass.
This is the Morning Stream, or as we like to call it, Dingle Farkas McGillicuddy and Friends.
All right, we're back, everybody. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen.
I broke a glass.
There it is. Broke a glass. Oh, Brian. Oh, he's blowing his nose. I blew a nose, he says.
I broke a nose.
Welcome back, everybody, to the program.
When you played that, people in the chat room went, kitty. And I'm like, oh, really? And I looked back on the perch, but there was no kitty.
I love that you did that, though. That's great. That's great that you did that.
I broke a glass.
Oh, kitty.
Broke a glass.
I love how you do
Oh
that.
my God, atomic fireballs.
You're my savior, Brian. That girl. I hope she goes on to great things.
I'm sure she went on to great hangovers the next day.
She went on to something. All right.
Yep.
Justin Robert Young entering the fray. And as we know, he's got stuff to say. If I can find the frickin'... Oh, geez. All right. Well, I'm going to play this, and then I'll figure it out.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. One Justin Robert Young. Good morning. No?
Nope.
Don't hear him. His rings of speakage. Oh. Let's try that again. I thought I saw him blinking like he was in. I guess I didn't. Shows what I know.
What do you know?
I don't know anything.
I just see the gray rings. The gray rings of ringage. The rings of ringage.
Oh, rings of ringage. This rings of speakage had not actually happened yet. But
that's my new tabletop game. The rings of ringage.
Oh, there he is.
Nope.
Justin Robert Young. Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, friends. How are you?
Oh, so
Hello.
good. So good. How are you? For some reason, I thought you went to CES this year. You did not go to CES this year.
Hell no.
Yeah, why would you do
The
that?
hell would somebody do that?
Yeah, that seems dangerous and dumb.
Until the electronic version of Action News or Contender, there's no reason for him to go.
Sure.
I mean, even then, what am I going to do? Make Action News the television set?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah.
You could have it playing on one of those rotating Samsung televisions or whatever the hell they're showing.
No, you'd put make it a DVD-based game.
Please leave me to my own devices to do year-long projects that don't make money.
It's a good idea. Hey, it's good to have you here, though. Feels like it's been a while. I guess it has been. It's only been a week, so what am I saying? It's only been our normal time, but it feels like a while. You know what it is? It's because during all the judging of season 2 of America's Next Top Podcaster, you could always count on the Monday thing. Yeah, so there was always another time to hang out and chat, and that isn't there anymore, and so it's a little bit weird. But having you here today is great. Hey, chat room, we're not going to talk anything about Iran or saber rattling or any of that stuff today. None of that.
No.
Instead,
Do you think it's cool to... I just want to talk about rattling because I find that I kind of want to say the phrase rattling.
Saber rattling?
I feel like that would be way cooler about the run up to a war if you're like PBS was like today Secretary Pompeo continued his saber rattling.
Feels like it would fit in with the Joe Biden no malarkey tour.
Yeah.
He took that off his bus.
Yeah,
Oh, he did? So it's now he's allowing malarkey? Is that
No,
the deal?
yeah, well, apparently malarkey started testing well, and so he's now off his hard line on malarkey, and he replaced it with the soul of a nation.
Wow.
Which makes me think that he should start singing R&B standards.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Right.
That would be amazing.
Folks, let me tell you, sugar pie honey bunch, you know that I love you.
All right. So actually, we are in the zone of what I do want to talk about, which is you've had more dropouts on the Democratic side, and you've got Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie's doing a little bit of surge here. Does this lend any credence to your age-old prediction that Bernie would be your guy by the end of, not your guy, but you know what I mean, the guy on the Democratic ticket by the end?
He
of all
was
this?
my pick. He still is my pick. He's right now leading in 2 polls. Now, let's not go crazy. We have not had a lot of early state polls, but we got 2 of them, both from CBS, one in New Hampshire and one in Iowa. Mystifyingly, we got one from New Mexico yesterday.
Whoa.
Which is just a tremendous waste of money. I have no idea who spent money to get a New Mexico poll done.
Yeah.
But the news is good for Bernie. He's leading in New Hampshire, which he has been for a little bit, and he was tied with Buttigieg and Biden, which it's actually a pretty good poll for Biden as well, in Iowa. But now's the time where like lunatics and psychopaths like me pay attention to polls from like a year ago because we have an empty hole in our hearts and we fill it with whatever garbage we can, like a raccoon. But now's when you should really, even if you just care about like election, now's the time to start paying attention to polls, because if you look at on the Democratic side, Iowa is more representative of who will actually get the nomination. Certainly compared to the Republican side, because on the Republican side, Iowa has a tremendous evangelical population that's not necessarily representative in some of the other states. So you tend to get your Rick Santorums, Mike Huckabees, Ted Cruz's that win in Iowa and then don't win down the line. But on the Democratic side, for whatever reason, it seems to be more representative. And if that is the case, then go ahead and take a look at what like Obama's polls were. It was like about at this point that Obama's polls really started taking off in Iowa, and that obviously led him to 8 years in the White House.
So, you're saying pre-2000, so 2007 polls, I guess it would have been early
2008. Yeah, at the beginning of 2008.
Right. 08, sure. Interesting. So I mean, I'll just tell you from just like passive attention span here on what's going on with the Democratic side of things. Yeah. It seems to me that Biden, well, first of all, there's definitely a sense that everyone's old, like everyone's elderly, right? And that's annoying, and all the people that are dropping out are young and have maybe some interesting ideas, but are all super young and they're just out. I don't know how long Andrew Yang's in, but the more I hear from Andrew Yang, the more I like him. So I kind of wish that dude was further down the road. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, he's gonna get shut out of this January debate. Oh, really?
He needs 3 polls. Only 2 came out that would qualify, and he did not get enough of a percentage in either to qualify. So it is not looking good for the Yang Gang to make the debate stage at the very least in January. And I've been very critical about the Democratic National Committee's decisions on they seem very, very, very excited about shuffling people off stage so they have the fewest people on stage as possible, which, I think that once the votes start coming in, people start thinning out anyway.
Yeah, they thin. You're not going to end up with 30 people on that stage in the.
Well, and also it's like, look, once you really cut out a lot of the folks who are just have absolutely no shot.
Yeah.
And you really just kind of
Williamson,
pin it down.
Bennett.
Yeah, exactly. When you really just pin it down to the folks who are long shots, right? Not impossible long shots, but long shots. And I would count probably Yang and Booker and Steyer kind of among them. Maybe not Booker. He's pretty toast. But I think that they should be on stage. Yeah. I don't think I thought that last debate, everybody with 2 hours and 7 people on stage, I think everybody got their time. I don't think anybody was looking for more. I wanted more talking.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right. I agree with that. But back to my point, I think just, again, passive observation, it seems like Biden's starting to he's starting to seem bumbly and weird to me. He's just starting. He's starting to seem too bumbly and too weird. Whereas Bernie, despite the fact that he looks like he could be the Emperor Palpatine, he's got energy to spare. That guy is just like like he's just out there.
I've been waiting for it.
So, I mean,
I've been waiting for you to come here, Ray.
I feel like that's sort of...
Too long have the Jedi, with their 1% of the 1%, hoarded all the Force for themselves.
Oh, my Lord. By the way, this is a total side note, but... Oh, that's a spoiler. Never mind. We have to warn about it.
Yeah, we still have to wait for it.
Yeah. Forget
Wait, really? About Rise of Skywalker?
Well, let's just say if Palpatine...
That movie came out last year, Scott.
I know, but Palpatine would have... All right, I'll say this.
A decade ago.
Palpatine would have to have had coitus sometime after him being chucked down the pit.
Believe me, you're not like everybody in the theater thought the same thing at the same moment of like, oh, really?
I mean, just talking about simple reproductive habits here. It had
last call at the cantina on.
It just had to be after Vader picked him up and hucked him down the hall.
Man, what if so he did a video where Vader chucks him down. He's like, ah! And then like he just kind of falls and falls and falls. And then like he just sort of like at some point his robe just sort of blows off like into the distance and he's naked falling. And then like he just like all of a sudden poof, like a bunch of khaki pants kind of come on him and then like a flower print shirt.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of lands at like a beach bar in Cozumel and it's like, if you like pina coladas, he's like, I need to get in touch with myself and therefore other people. And meanwhile, it's like, would you like to join me for a sunset daiquiri?
That sounds about right. So yeah. Anyway, it's just been on my mind because it annoys me. It's a time thing that bugs me, and I'm bugged by it.
Let people enjoy things.
Yeah, people
Let
can enjoy
people
it.
enjoy things, Scott.
Yes.
Stop hating on things.
They can enjoy their things. It's fine. Also, those in the chat room screaming spoiler. It's been more than 2 weeks. That's our rule around here.
That is our rule.
And if you're a big Star Wars fan that's worried about spoilers and you haven't seen Star Wars Episode 9 in 2 weeks, that's on you, not me.
Yeah.
And also, come on.
Yeah,
we're
it's
just
not
saying.
really even like a.
Listen, I'll tell you this: if you're put off by the idea that Palpatine has a working dingle, then boy howdy, do you have a hell of a movie ahead of you.
Yeah, just go in there knowing about Palpatine's dingle, and you'll be all set.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hey, do you think that shoots lightning too?
Wait. Yes. The answer is yes. Ninja Steve says he says she's his granddaughter. No.
Yes.
Yeah. No, granddaughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay,
Right.
never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind. I
the
got
dude.
it all wrong. I had it wrong in
And
my
then,
head.
Jodie Comer from Killing Eve is the stepdaughter.
No,
the
you're
daughter-in-law.
totally right. I completely forgot. You're totally right. Yeah, I screwed that up in my head. All right. The Killing Eve, the assassin lady?
Yes, Villanelle.
She's really great.
She is great. I like her a lot.
I like
She's
her a
also
lot.
the love interest in that Ryan Reynolds Freeman movie.
Oh.
She's great.
Man.
Yeah.
And what a great role in Star Wars. I think they really, really stretched the limits of her acting ability.
That's right. About 40 seconds of screaming, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really got the best out of her. For
Hell
sure.
of a check. I'm sure she cashed. That's great.
Release the Lucas cut. All right, anyway,
so sorry. Back to Dingles and Lightning, or not really, but back to
back to
Bernie
the-
Sanders. So I guess what I'm saying is just from my point of view, it seems like he's just got more of the energy for it. I guess if you're going up against Trump, I'm saying like specifically like
well,
who's
if you're talking about the optics of age,
Mhm.
right, and that's a tricky thing to say without getting into ageism territory. But it's an undeniable truth that folks have to deal with. Bernie Sanders seems a lot more energetic, despite the fact that he had a heart attack. Biden seems a lot more slurry. He slurs his words. He seems to lose his place. And by the way, that's something he did back in the day. It just seemed a little bit cuter then.
Mhm.
And
A little
it seems
more
little bit
homey,
less
a little
cute
more
now.
rustic.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
sure.
So right now, as of right now, the ones that are going to be in the next debate: Sanders, Biden, Warren, Buttigieg, and Klobuchar. Is Bloomberg? Can Bloomberg get qualified for?
No.
Okay.
Because he has said
he's
he will
funding
not
his own-
take donations.
Oh.
And having a certain level of individual donors
Mm-hmm.
is a requisite for making the debate stage. So I think it's at like 250,000 or something like that, if I remember correctly.
That seems bad for him then. Like just from a
It does.
like you're never going to hear from him problem.
Right. All people are going to get from it are the commercials, and we need to kind of see him
Yeah.
interacting with the other kids in the sandbox.
I mean, not
to
that I
see
just
how-
want to replace one idiot rich dude with another idiot rich dude, but I don't actually know where the guy stands on most stuff because I never hear him. So it seems bad that he's not invited into
He
these
certainly
debates.
bought a whole lot of ads, so
Yeah, he did.
just watch YouTube and you'll hear about how Mike Bloomberg, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, I lived in New York briefly, and, obviously all the local advertising, they have gigantic local advertising because it's a massive market, and they all look like national ads because you have a lot of the same people that work on national ads in New York that work on local ads. So it's funny because all of his ads, his national ads, just remind me of local New York ads because they're all just like, why is this thick ass Staten Island accent like on my television right now? It's like, I'm a nurse and I think that this is a great thing for Michael Bloomberg. It's like, yes, it's me, Michael Bloomberg. We all have accents. Look at us. I'm walking here.
Yeah,
Michael
right.
Bloomberg, 2020. He's walking here.
He's walking here. I like that slogan. It's not bad.
A deli on every corner.
Now, here's Scott's problem of the week, and I'll let you deal with it real quick, and that's this.
Yeah.
I am a casual user of the very popular app TikTok. I enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah.
I follow a lot of artists on there and things like that. And they're but if you're going through the public feed, you're sometimes left to the hands of Satan himself to try to figure out what's good or what isn't. Right? You're sort of just flipping through stuff, and here's someone who's dancing funny. Okay, moving on. Oh, there's a guy who ran his truck off the bridge. Okay, well, let's keep going. I have noticed an uptick in political-based TikTok accounts. Usually 1 or 2 videos are all that exist, and they come from all sides. Trump people and people who don't like Trump, basically, are the two types that I see. But TikTok, given its sort of brevity, and it's always focused on just the silliest of things, and usually deals with a little loop of music that everybody gets to use, and so they do their own little take on it or whatever. These political junkies or whoever they are often are doing the same. They're using the same ideas to push whatever their little message is per video. And it's a hellscape, and I hate it. I hate them. So here's my question.
Can you describe one?
Yeah. So like, what's that? Okay, I got to think of the song where they go.
Which one is it? The time travel one or the
what's
who
that?
Are you? I am you.
What's the one where it goes whatever, whatever, and then at the end it says we're going tonight, we're going at it tonight. You know the song I'm thinking of? Shit.
Sure.
I can't do this very well. I'm clearly not meant to do this. But there's these ones where it's like this song, they take the lyrics of the song and then they kind of have some fun with it. So if like somebody's normally like, I'm on a diet, they're on a diet, they're trying to lose weight. And so they have text come up on the screen where it says, skipping dessert, whatever. And that's part of the song where they say, wherever, and they kind of shrug their shoulders. Yeah. And then one says this other thing, whatever. And then they get to the thing where it says, Thanksgiving dinner, we're going at it tonight, and then the joke is, I can't help it, I gotta eat. That's the
sure,
thing.
Yeah. So no, I want a political one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they take that structure, and then they do Democrats. I'll just give it a Trump example. Democrats.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You're gonna kill babies. Whatever. You think drugs are cool and should be legal. Whatever. And then the final one is, Trump killed an international terrorist. We're going at it tonight. Like they're just using the same structure. And I guess what I'm saying is, I hate it so bad. Seriously, Jerry, I need your help here. I hate it so bad, and I know the answer is to block and move on and don't worry about it. And I am. That's what I'm doing. I block them as fast as I can.
More than that. I mean, the amazing thing about this, which just says everything, is that the public feed is curated via AI of your own interests, of what you stop on, of what you watch multiple times.
That's what I've heard, but how is this possible? Because I immediately block them. I don't do anything else. I don't like them. I don't watch them over and over again. I don't have multiple views, and I don't follow them. I do none of those things.
My visualization was, oh my God, this makes me so angry. I'm going to watch it again. Oh, this makes me so angry.
I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that. I mean, the only other way to do...
the algorithm and your experience might say different,
I'm
Scott.
just saying the only way...
I'm just saying that you might block that person, but the algorithm knows that you probably linger longer on that content, if even just to find the vector that annoys you, or to see where it's going than you would, fresh-faced teens dancing to some silly song. You will skip past that faster because you understand, a bunch of teens dancing. I don't care about these.
No, you're totally right. I totally agree with that. But here's the thing. If you're telling me the algorithm is recognizing the time I spend there as clicking their icon, going to the menu, block user, hitting yes to the confirmation, and then moving on, then that is my bad.
Scott, very, very often, our understanding of our own reality does not match what our actual actions are. And that is the horrible thing, the great and horrible thing about AI is that it is only taking data. It does not say, Scott is clearly being driven insane by these TikToks. They just know that you, and dare I say, would it be a pattern of behavior, you no matter how much you burn your hand on the lever that gives you the pellet that makes you so angry, you continue to hit that lever.
Yeah, but you understand,
over and over
it's like the lever says push here to destroy, and I'm pushing there to destroy. What you're saying is
no,
that's being counted
You're
as
blocking accounts.
Yeah.
But again, Scott,
I'm not watching the videos either. I'm getting not done with them. They start and I see a red mega hat and I go, nope, block, and I block it. I see another one that's like, feel the burn. Nope, block it. I don't want politics in my TikTok, so I'm blocking it before I even see the content. So that doesn't make sense what you're saying. I'm hitting eject, and instead
I swear to God, I'm at this gay bar to tell all these gay guys to stop hitting on me.
I'm not in the gay bar.
Oh my God, I just stop it.
I'm
God
not.
damn
No,
it.
here's the better
I'm gonna
example.
Be here every day.
Here's the better
until
example.
all these gay guys stop calling me cute and giving me free drinks.
No, it's like this. It's like email. I'm getting a piece of spam. I see it as spam immediately, and I hit report spam.
This is how you are understanding it.
Yeah.
If you are, because by the way, I'm on TikTok. I don't get fed these things.
Why do I get them then?
Them.
Why do
I would like them. I would like more of them.
Why do I get
and I
them
don't
then?
Get,
so you're
I'm
saying
officially downloading TikTok for the first time.
So if you're
probably because I mostly like the dumb teens dancing.
I like funny stuff. I
like
animation.
You know what I like
art.
the most? I like the one where it's the it's not like a song. It's just the audio of the guy going like, yeah, relaxing day. And then he's like, what? And it's his friends coming in. He's like, no, dude. And there was one where it's like this girl saying like, me taking a break from smoking weed. It's just like, oh, what a relaxing break.
Well,
and
see,
then it's a shot of her bong. And he's like, no, dude.
See, this is the stuff. So I'm like you. This is the stuff I look for. In fact, today's intro had this in it. I'll play it again. Listen to this.
I want to tell all y'all, Happy New Year, all of you, all you young girls and all you old women, all everybody, the men, the guys, whoever. Happy New Year, because I'm going to be sitting here watching TV. That's all I can do.
All right. There's this old guy I follow on TikTok.
I'm guessing 3 teeth.
Yeah, maybe, if that.
Maybe. And
I love this guy. I follow him for this reason, because he says stuff like that. I capture it and I use it on TMS. I look for that stuff. I'm looking for the weird. I don't ever look for anything political, not once. So I think you're smoking crack. This is like me hitting spam on my email and having it not do that, but instead go back to the people to say, oh, he clicked spam. That must mean he's there. So he is getting these emails. We're going to keep sending those. It's kind of like the unsubscribe thing. That's what they're doing to me. What I should do is just flick past them, is what you're saying. Flick past them. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to do the thing where you get rid of them forever. I want to be done with it. I want to delete them. I want them gone. I don't want them in my life. And so what you're saying is the machine doesn't give a shit about me or my feelings.
I'm also calling you a liar. I think you watch more of them.
I do not watch them. I'm not kidding. You can call me that, but I am telling you, I will tell you right now.
Look, we don't realize sometimes.
On my mother's future
You don't realize that just more relative to other content, like you are probably paying more attention, if even just to understand the vectors. And by the way, it would make all the sense in the world. You like, against all reasoning, you pay attention to politics. Like, there is no element of your life in the last 4 years that would not be consistent with the idea that more than you would like, more than is healthy for you, you pay attention to politics. You had to create another account just so you could rage at the fact that you can't seem to stay away from it.
No, I get it.
Tell me, explain to me and explain to your audience how that guy isn't paying just slightly more attention to these political TikToks than the ones where some teenage stoner is joking about her bog.
I think you're making what's that when they say you're making a fallacy? No, what's it called?
A cogent and compelling argument?
No,
is that what you're looking for?
No, because I am telling you, there are no vectors that connect TikTok to any other part of my life at all. And
No. The only vector is your life.
Yeah.
Your pattern of behavior.
Right,
The pattern of behavior
that.
you exhibit on other platforms.
I understand that. So when I'm on there, unless they're pulling data from Twitter or something else.
No. Look, all I'm saying is this. If you don't want to see them, flick past them, especially in the main feed. It's all AI generated. That's the secret sauce to TikTok is they are going to try to give you what you want without having to follow people. You can then follow the people that you really, really like to make sure that you never miss one. So if what you want is to not see them, then spend a lot more time on the dancing teens, spend less time on the political stuff. Just flick, Just don't look. Just don't look. Do 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 do. Just don't look. Just don't look.
I get your point, but I still say if I had a camera attached to my shoulder and you watched me use TikTok, you would see that the actual video, the time I spend on those videos that are like this is drastically less than I spend on some guy laughing at his bong. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
To quote the bard, she doth protest too much.
No, I'm telling you.
We do have a title submission already. Doth TikTok too much?
Well, that's probably true. That's probably true. I whittle away a little too much time at night in bed on that thing. But
by the way, I love TikTok. TikTok's great.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's great.
I can't wait to check it out. I get links from Scott all the time with like, check out this TikTok video, check out this one.
Yeah, and I find some funny stuff.
Wearing,
no, they're not. I never send Brian. That's not true. I never send Brian politically based TikToks ever.
Hey, look at this great. It makes a lot of good points about Soleimani.
It never does. It's true. I'm kidding.
Not once have I done that.
But no, but it's funny. That's been my only link to TikTok is just the ones that Scott sends me. So I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to finally get on this Vine thing.
There is a site.
No, it's actually. I mean, it really is such a awesome evolution of Vine, like all the cool stuff that Vine did, and the format, the art form that Vine kind of birthed, TikTok has perfected, and a lot of it is just the meme abilities of the soundtrack. Just, the fact that you're able, like I would say, of the popular ones, the ones that wind up like getting on that AI generated feed, it's probably 60%, if not higher, that has audio from something else, which removes the easiest way that you can tell an amateur production is audio, because audio is hard. Lighting and video is easier with these cameras that are on all of our phones that look awesome. So it's great. It's so fun, and a lot of stuff is pretty hilarious.
My biggest problem is that it's a little easier to troll. The thing I liked about Vine is you had that 6-second limit, and that's all you ever had. You had 6 seconds. This thing has a full minute limit. Yeah. And most of them, you don't know if they're going to go that long. If they go a minute, or I don't know what maybe it's 30 seconds to a minute, it'll give you a little timeline that you're in for a long video. But you can't skip it or do anything. You just have to you just know you're in for a long one.
Tough it out.
Shorter than that, you don't know. It could be anywhere between 2 seconds and 30 seconds. You don't know. And people like to have fun saying, watch this, and then they'll take 30 seconds to show you something you think is going to explode or blow up or whatever, and then they don't do it. Like they'll pull it away the last second, and then the whole video is just you sitting there waiting for a thing that never happened. I like that Vine could still troll you, but they only had 6 seconds to troll you, right? Like it was like, get it done in 6 seconds no matter what it is, and I kind of miss that. Outside of that, though, Jury's right. Like it's got it's cool, and it's finally got like mass. Well, I shouldn't say finally. That thing's got like 1 billion users or some crazy number because it's big all over the world. Chinese owned too, which is fun. But the main thing I like to see is stuff that isn't political, and that's all I'll say about that. All right, Justin.
Cool.
You have any? Big season finale of Raise the Dead. Tell us about it. When's it happening?
Should be going up right after this. The election day is here for both Kennedy and Nixon and Trump and Clinton. We look at the this one spends a lot of time on a few things. Number one, the parallels between Hillary Clinton and Richard Nixon. Remember that at this point in our Richard Nixon story, Nixon is about to begin his 8-year odyssey in the Valley of Humiliation as a political outcast, or at least as much as one can after being vice president for 8 years. And Hillary Clinton in 2016 is at the end of it. This was her redemption moment. She was about to become the second big political comeback after Richard Nixon. So we have kind of the parallels there. We get into the actual conspiracy. If you were into hearing about whether or not JFK actually stole the election by way of the Chicago mob in Illinois, then you will be excited to hear us break that down. And more specifically, the irregularities in Texas, which are not talked about all that much. I really fan out. I would very much encourage anybody past the intro. I read just straight out selections from the book Making of the President by Theodore White. And it is one of the most eloquent depictions and historical understandings of what an amazing miracle American democracy is, and specifically what election night means. I found it so awesome that I literally just read it outright because I think it's awesome. So go ahead and check it out. Season finale of Raise the Dead. If you have any questions about the series or comments about the series, you can go ahead and send those to theyoungamerican@gmail.com. I'm doing a mailbag episode next week. So we will have one more episode technically in this season. And, as soon as Audible approves that audiobook, boy, will it be available so people can get it. But
are they notoriously
they ain't taking their time?
Are they slow with that notoriously? I didn't know that.
Well, neither did your boy Justin Robert Young, who decided to submit it like 3 weeks into the show, and now it'll be available probably 3 weeks after it ends. But
you'd think they'd be quicker. I guess not.
Yeah, well, I thought they would be as quick as the Kindle program, which is like lightning fast. Like they just scan it to make sure it's not straight up pornography, or even then that you've properly categorized it as pornography, and then that's it, right? But this one is
same company. Well, I mean, Amazon owns both. You'd think the process would be tied, but I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess ACX is just its own thing, so we are pending approval. As soon as it is approved, I will get the word out on that, because that one still contains a bonus episode all about the mob.
Nice. Mob episode coming at you. Justin Robert Young, everybody. Catch it. All right, he's gone.
All right.
He's full of crap about that other thing.
Sure, you say that when he's not.
Oh, I said it plenty while I was here. Here's the thing.
You did.
He's got people in the chat going, I think Jury's got this one right. You guys are just following for his charismatic delivery. He's very good at arguing his point.
He is.
But I am telling you,
he's a master debater.
If maybe he's probably entirely right that the act of blocking is actually getting me on more lists. Because that happens with maybe. I want to unsubscribe from your email. That happens all the time. So I get it. So
this is a valid email address. Great. I'm totally going to send some more email.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm probably feeding into that and not knowing that I am. And that explains the uptick, because I've been going on a block rampage. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to flick past them as if they never existed. That's the trick with that app.
Good.
So he's actually right in both cases. I'm just saying, I'm not sitting around going, this political content, show me more. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But I am doing this. I'm ending the show. Not for good, but for today.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Whew.
I know, right? Wipe that sweat from your brow. Everything's fine.
I was gonna have to start doing TikTok shows if you were gonna do that. So I'm glad you changed your mind.
Indeed. Tomorrow is a good day because tomorrow will be filled with the return of Tom Merritt for the World of Tech Info. Although I better check with him because I know he's in Vegas for the CES.
Oh, right. I was gonna say. Plus, he might have forgotten that we do this show.
Yeah, it's been a while. Japan will do that to you. But anyway, we're hoping to have him back. I guess I'll check with him. He probably can do it just from Vegas, but I don't know what his schedule is, so I'll find out. Sure. And then Nicole, hopefully back after a long break to join us for Recommendals tomorrow. Nice. And that's it for the show, everybody. Don't forget, you can support our show at patreon.com/TMS. And as always, everything else can be found at frogpants.com/TMS. Brian, maybe right now we'll real quick pick a date for our play date.
Yeah, you want to do...
would that be the 25th?
So the 25th, I've got a trivia tournament that starts, I think, at 1. So if we do it in the morning... But now, see, that'd be too tight after Film Sack.
That's true. Let's do the 18th then. Could you do that?
I can't do the 18th either. I've got another trivia thing that's I've got 2 trivia things, two back-to-back Saturdays. So I think the only Saturday.
Can you do the 11th? You want to do the 11th?
Would be this coming Saturday.
I can do it that day. You want to do it that day? It's fine with me.
Let me think if I've got something though. Tina had a lunch.
I mean, we can go back to a Friday for this month if we need to. We don't have to do it Saturday.
Oh, I hate to say it. We might have to. Or, yeah. Look, it's like I don't see a way to unless we bump a Film Sack and do this in place of Film Sack, but we already bumped a Film Sack this month.
That's true. Well, let's just do Friday the 31st.
All right, let's do Friday the 31st. I'm sorry, people. It's my fault this time that we couldn't do it on a Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do it the 31st. I just need to make a note. Play date.
Listen, I've got prep to do. I booked my flight to Chicago for the first weekend of March for Geek Bowl, and so now we're buckling down on trivia tournaments and all sorts of stuff. So
those trivia tournaments aren't going to trivia themselves, guys.
That's right, exactly.
Okay.
So,
all right, I'm going to call this.
We won't bump a Film Sack, but I know people are like, "Oh, I want a Saturday."
Yeah.
February we'll have a Saturday. I promise. Yep. I promise you.
Don't worry.
And there'll be one. We'll basically do it right after Film Sack, and we might even get Brian and Randy to stick around for that.
Ooh, if they're willing, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I could see that being way fun. All right,
I mean, what about? Okay, let me just throw this out there. Because it's almost part of January. What about February 1st, which is the first Saturday? Like, it's basically the first Saturday.
You could do that. You want to do that?
And then it's almost like we're putting it, and that way we're doing a Saturday, and we'll just do maybe do a Friday the 28th or something. We'll still do a Friday in February, but
let's do it.
That Saturday. All right, everybody good with that?
Yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah, totally works.
Okay.
So we'll do the normal time, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. that Saturday.
Correct.
Right here at frogpants.tv for the next TMS patron playdate with Scott and Brian. And I think I've got a way to more easily pull people who are willing anyway into Discord if they want to be a part of to be voiced while they're in playing with us. So we're going to do some of that.
See, which I think is a key thing for that game with the figuring out who's an alien. I think that would make that game so much more fun. And
there's a few games like that would benefit, I think, from that. So
for sure, patrons, plan on it.
Yep, plan on it. And if you're not a patron, consider it. A buck would get you in. Just head on over to patreon.com/TMS and help us out. We need to grow things this year, and we would love it if you could help us do that. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you all for listening. Send your feedback to themorningstream@gmail.com. We love getting your emails, even when they're sweary and from Canada. Brian, let's take take our leave, but I don't want to leave until you play a song for me.
Until I play, well, then I better do it. I could just hold the show hostage until I decide to play a song. All right, I'm going to do it now. Okay. Ryan wrote in and said, "Hey, Brian and Scott, this is my first request, and I wanted to share a version of Major Tom that I heard on a car ad. Any day works. Love the show, though. Let's test the ship's phasers." And then he even emojied a phaser, which is awesome.
I should probably play that then. Let's see. Phasers. Can't find it, so I'm playing this.
I have the chaff.
That's all you're getting.
You're not gonna. You can't find phasers.
I don't know why it's there. It's everything got moved, and I haven't played it since things got moved. Oh, you know what? I take it back. Oh, wait. Is that it? Test the ship's phasers. Okay, I found it, and now you get it.
Okay.
Here you go.
Let's test the ship's phasers.
There you go.
This is my favorite. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to go on until I heard that, Scott.
Sure.
All right. This is, as some people may have guessed, Shiny Toy Guns version of Major Tom Coming Home. Originally done by Peter Schilling, but tangentially related to the David Bowie, Space Oddity and Ashes to Ashes songs, because they all talk about a Major Tom out in space. This is from the Shiny Toy Guns album Season of Poison. Here is their version of Major Tom Coming Home.
See you guys tomorrow. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Carpe diem.
That's not at all how you're supposed to say that.
Nope.
Diem.
That was Peggy Hill.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, that explains it.
That explains it. She's always doing that dumb stuff with her voice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we have here for titles, folks.